Kwekwe, your 2025 MPI Ottawa Chapter Board just finished our spring retreat, and we're very excited for what the second half of our term has to offer. But for now, I'm going to go join Disa Marie Cameron, 2024 Supplier of the Year and Account Manager at Encore Canada at their offices to discuss S for suppliers in this month's MPI breaks. We'll be meeting, as most of our meetings within the MPI Ottawa chapter, on the unceded and unsurrendered lands of the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation. Miigwech to the people of the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation, and to all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people who have cared for and nurtured the lands, its waters, and its cohabitants since time immemorial. Welcome to the June edition of the MPI Breaks. Before we jump into our supplier chat with Disa, mark your calendars. June 12th, we're going to Camp MPI. Working with our event partners, Tourisme Outaouais and Fairmont Le Chateau Montebello, we're heading to, you guessed it, Chateau Montebello. We'll have a few fun activities and challenges for you while you get to network with other suppliers, planners, MPI members, and volunteers. Shuttle service will be available to go to Chateau Montebello on June 12th, and if your schedule can accommodate it, plan to spend the evening. We have a very reduced rate. Camp MPI will also be an opportunity to recognize amazing volunteers like Disa, who are the driving force behind our MPI Ottawa chapter efforts. Not a volunteer yet? This is your sign. It's not just a great way to get new skills and to meet new people, but it's a wonderful networking opportunity where you get some special rewards sometimes. So now to this month's breaks. I'm thrilled to connect with Disa Marie Cameron, Account Manager at Encore Canada and the 2024 MPI Ottawa Supplier of the Year recipient. Disa's exceptional involvement includes being a past board member who continues to be an exceptional volunteer and being an EDM artist, multi-instrumentalist, and a freestyler. Hello, Disa.
Thank you so much, Bruce. I'm really excited to be here.
Very happy to have you here. So let's start with our first question. What are a couple of key strategies you use to build strong, lasting relationships with planners and other suppliers that you think led to your 2024 Supplier of the Year award?
That's really such a great question, Bruce. Thank you so much for asking. I would say that my relationships are built more organically through community involvement and getting to know the team members and planners of our community on a more personal level. And then through that, we can explore opportunities where we can work together. Some examples I can provide is this past weekend, we actually went to the Hopewell office and we helped them put their office space together. And it gives you that really good feel good, give back feeling, but at the same time, you're building bond and rapport with different people in our community, and that can help build into more opportunities to collaborate on events either through MPI or maybe through their own organization.
Absolutely. Hey, volunteering, like I said, it's more than just building your skills. So what are unique ways, what's a unique way or two that you go beyond the expected to ensure your clients have an exceptional experience?
Yeah, great question again, Bruce. Oh my goodness. So in terms of collaborating with me and what I personally bring to the table is that 19 years experience with Encore, over 20 years of experience in the industry. So when it comes to collaborating, I really encourage clients to start planning earlier. The earlier we can have these conversations and also collaborating year over year together, we can create more of a partnership long term so that we're not 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out scrambling to do 4 hours of planning into this short window. We can actually extend the planning cycle longer and we can get really in the weeds. We can go through your show flow or your agenda, identify some key areas, an example being land acknowledgement. If I see that or if I don't see that on an agenda, I'm going to highlight that. Let's talk about that. I see you only have 5 minutes for your opening remarks. If you are planning to do a land acknowledgement, that's probably going to take more like 10 to 15, possibly even 20, to properly go through the steps and the different sequences of a land acknowledgement within the opening remarks? Is there any high-level government officials coming, like the minister? Do we have some protocols in place that we need to be cognizant of where everybody has to be vacating the room so security can come and do a sweep? So these are the areas where I have that experience and I have that expertise to collaborate with my clients. And sometimes maybe we get so busy thinking about the technology that we don't have that bigger picture lens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's wonderful. I like that you bring in the event experience beyond simply the AV side. Like you said, with your experience comes a wealth of help for us planners that are working with you. So thank you very much.
Yeah, that and like the AV's taken care of, right? Like I've got that, don't worry. Like that's tried, tested, true, what we've been doing since the 1930s. So we're good there. But how can I help elevate the experience and do more with less is what I hear a lot of planners struggling with.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so any tips for suppliers, planners to better collaborate with each other to have a better event overall success?
Yeah, I would say more collaboration between the various stakeholders and the various vendors. I'll share a recent success story, won't name names for discretion and client confidentiality, but you know, they are planning to do some entertainment for their gala. And the gala is, you know, 3 months away, so there's still plenty of time for us to get in the weeds, as I mentioned, and that longer lead time that I just mentioned. But we actually got everyone together who's involved in the committee who's planning the entertainment. And so I was able to say, well, here's how Encore can work with you for this specific area of your gala and support that. But then I also encourage them to think beyond that. When it comes to gala entertainment and they're doing kind of a family feud trivia, super fun, and it's going to be branded for them and personalized towards their organization. But I encourage them to say, you know, don't just focus on that 1 hour that entertainment piece is going to be happening. How can you interlace little Easter eggs throughout the evening? For example, the cocktail reception before the doors open. Maybe you have your host be dressed as the host. Maybe they're not coming and changing later. And then they came up with some new fun ideas of how they could hand out branded M&Ms to people and create some excitement there and maybe have a photo op. And I said maybe instead of the game show music, maybe you hire a trumpeter to do that boo, 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 and the trumpeter is like playing during the opening cocktail reception. And their eyes were just lighting up. They were so excited about these ideas and having that smaller vision be able to become part of a bigger vision through just someone like me who's not afraid to throw spaghetti at the wall with them and see what sticks, and no idea is a bad idea, right?
Exactly.
I also like to say some things are an easy yes, and some things are a less easy yes. But don't be afraid to ask, hey, I know we've already agreed on X budget. I'm just curious on this XYZ activation. If it's an easy yes, we are always excited to partner with our clients and see what we can do to think differently and do more with less. Like I just said, you know, if it's an easy yes, don't be afraid to ask. And don't ask, don't get is really something else I like to encourage my clients to think differently and to not be afraid to come with what they might think is a silly idea.
Well, I really appreciate that train thought. I have a feeling that working with you and your creativity, a lot of requests become an easy yes somehow. But Miigwech, thank you very much for joining me and for your time.
Thank you so much, Bruce. It was a pleasure.
Very much. Miigwech to you all for joining us. Until next month, where we go back to B for business, and I'm joined by 2024 Planner of the Year recipient Julie Begbie to discuss starting her event management company, Coherent Solutions. For now, bye-bye.